pagka habang pinabasa ko siya during the first few pages, naapektuhan ako, nasasabi ko sa sarili ko, okay, maganda siyang sabayan, and maganda yung takbo, yung flow, yung kwento, yung batuhan ng linya, and I just hope I'd be able to give life to it. Parang gano'n. They said what kind of character it was. Na professor siya, na gay siya, and he gets caught up in this weird situation. But they didn't really tell me how the story is going to progress. And I guess that helps. Kasi yung setting nung storya, conversational siya eh. And then in a conversation, hindi mo alam kung yung sasabihin ng kamit mo eh. So masarap siyang namnamin in that sense. Tatanggapin mo lang kung ano ibabato sa'yo, and then you try to react and respond to it.
You know, it helps a lot that you both were comfortable with English. Kasi kung binigay ko sa ibang actor na hindi ganun nga, kaya conversant in English, it would fail definitely. But you two, you were both good in English. So, si Jun ang tatanungin ko, paano nag-germinate yung idea nito? How close is it to you? The material, is it autobiographical? Did it really happen to you? So please tell us.
Siguro po what I can share with you is, I think like most of us, like most of you during the pandemic, I was going through a lot. And it just got to a point that I really needed to vent. And I turned to the one thing that has always saved me, and it was writing. I thought I was going to write a journal, pero siguro lumabas pa yung pagiging screenwriter ko, and I just found myself writing these new characters, they're talking and all. And you know, usually kasi mabagal na ako magsulat ngayon eh. It takes me months, sometimes years, but this project, it's just so personal to me. I was able to write it in 3 days. I was writing non-stop. I wrote it in 3 days. Parang talaga akong sinabihan. And then, nung natapos ko siya, sabi ko, I don't know what. I don't know what I came up with. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I felt that it's a story that I really wanted to tell. And also, I really wanted to tell that story because literally, this movie, this process is really healing for me, and it saved me in so many ways of one. And when I went to Talim to present this film, I really felt that it was a gift. This movie is really a gift. Usually, I would make a movie always thinking about my audience, but for this one project, I just really wanted to save myself.
You know, marami ng ibang movies na two characters lang, di ba? I thought at first it's gonna be like the Before Sunrise, Before Sunset movie. But then it went on to become a sort of a thriller, parang naging Sloot, which is also a two-character movie. And in the process, parang I felt that it was cathartic for you in a way. Did you feel that way?
Yes po. Kasi nasabi ko naman to kina Elijah and Romney when we were talking about the project, that all the characters, I feel that they're all me. The memories that they're sharing with each other, some of the dialogues or lines I've heard being thrown at me, and some lines that I've thrown at other people. Even the most painful ones are my memories. So parang talagang it was the first time that I was able to confront all the things that happened to me. Even that story about the kid being molested, that was my story. And it's just really, for me, very cathartic. That's all I can say.
Elijah, how about you? You went to an entire range, an entire gamut of emotions in this role. Tumanda pa yung appearance mo, pati yung delivery mo na. So how did you do it?
A ton of preparation po, for sure. I mean, before pa po kami nag-start mag-shoot, before pa nag-start mag-rehearse, unitize ko na talaga yung script. Yung mga usual script analysis, script preparation, and Direct June, like twice yata kami nag-one-on-one sa Zoom, and just trying to get a hold of all these characters. Kasi kahit I technically play 2 characters, pero yung si Lancelot, madami siyang faces. So, ang daming kailangang i-figure out kung paano i-physicalize yun. But, yeah, sa guidance ni Direct June, of course, and powerful enough po yung script, I think as an actor, all you have to do is justify it the best way you can.
So, how long did it take you to shoot the whole thing? Kahit isang location lang?
5 days.
5 days.
Yeah, 5 days po.
Aside from Tallinn, what's the reaction in Portugal and in Sydney?
It's been very positive. Honestly, nung nasa Tallinn ako, I wasn't sure how people were going to receive the film. I didn't expect anything. I really didn't expect that it would win Best Film. But, you know, when you've been to many festivals, medyo nararamdaman mo na kung parang medyo favorite because people wanted to, you know, interview you, and you can, you know, even the organizer was telling me that it was his favorite film in the festival. So parang,
Nasa isip mo na.
opo. Kasama din si Freddy Lapus na alam kung saan kami iuupo at alam niya mananalo kami kapag doon kami iuupo. Doon na kami iuupo.
So, again, congratulations. Honestly, I don't know kung paano kayo nominate, kung pareho kayong best actor or what, or maybe you should both be nominated or win later on. My best wishes for you and the movie, and I hope it would really find its market in the coming festival.
Thank you po.
Thank you po. Thank you.
Alright, thank you so much. Next question.
Roses po, required.
Alright, hello po. Good evening.
I think it's the longest banter that I've seen in a film. It took us 1 hour and 30 minutes. To Elijah and ROMNICK, what is the appeal of your characters in the movie?
Una 1 and 30 lang siya kasi 90 minutes lang yung allowance na binigay sa restaurant. Kung sinabi nilang 2 hours, pwede sana umabot ng 2 hours.
May mga nakat pa doon. May mga nakat pa.
Oo, diba? Pero, I think, to me, sorry ma'am, I just wanted to clarify. Are you asking what is the appeal to me as the actor, or what is the appeal of the
What is
character?
The character. What is the, when you read the script, how did it appeal to you?
I think Sir Eric is, pardon my French, pero in a sense, I think Sir Eric is, I think in a sense, Sir Eric is a lot of the professors out there who are members of the community. You know, sometimes the way I understood my character, sometimes you want to do the right thing, you want to be helpful, you want to be a human being, pero you get taken advantage of, like what happened to him. You get caught up in situations that every human being would find themselves in, diba? You are either unable to express yourself fully, or you're able to express yourself fully and still be misunderstood. You also have moments when you have an agenda, but you can't admit it to yourself. I think that's Eric for me in a sense. May gusto siyang gawin out of kindness. Meron din siyang personal interest dun sa kay Lancelot, but he doesn't want to act on it. And yet he's entertaining that thought. He's a very mixed up with his own emotions, and then he has to deal with the death of Marcos, yung ganon. So, he's very human. He's so easy to relate to identify with, regardless of personal preference. Parang, kahit sino para sa akin, pwedeng makarelate dun kay Eric. When we find ourselves in difficult situations, na hindi natin alam kung tayo talaga naglagay sa sarili natin doon or hindi, I think it's so easy if you try to understand the movie from his perspective. Ibang-iba siya. And then if you try to understand, I'm going ahead of myself, sorry. From his perspective, ibang-iba din siya. So, if people could understand na there are these viewpoints and how they see Marcos, kasi individually parang magkaiba rin yung tingin nila kay Marcos eh. Or how they remember Marcos. So, parang ang sarap and ang engaging lang, pareho ang character. At that's the way I see it.
How about you, Elijah?
Ako naman po, I'll try. Hirap na hirap ako hanapin yung appeal or yung empathy ko for Lancelot, especially the first couple of times that I read it. Until na-realize ko how flawed these characters are, how flawed humans are in general. So, si Lancelot, he's just a survivalist, and that I can relate to, you know. He's been through a lot, and that I can relate to, and just doing everything to keep afloat. Yun, kaya kong ma-relate yun. And siguro appeal to me as an actor, why I was so excited. I think this is every actor's dream, to do a project like this, especially coming from the theater. And you know, you siguro once in a lifetime ko lang bibigyan ng opportunity to play several characters in one film. And yun yung appeal niya to me as an actor. And yung appeal naman ni Lancelot, yung hirap hanapan ng appeal, yung medyo may mga devious plans. But yeah, he's just really flawed and he's been through a lot. So he's just trying to keep it flawed.
To direct, the movie is an intellectual discourse of relationships, friendships. Masyadong matalino yung film. It's festival worthy. How will you relate it to the masa, which I think you were yung gusto mong market? Do you think it will appeal to them?
I think that given a chance, given the right exposure, the film will find its audience. I don't look down at the Filipino audience. I think that this is still a story. From what I heard going to festivals, I also feel that it's also entertaining, even though it's very personal to me. So yeah, given the right exposure, and hopefully the Metro Manila Film Fest is a good platform for us to reach out to audiences that we won't normally reach. Because during the festival, you have all Filipino films being shown. So hopefully they would give us the chance, give us the right platform to find our audience.
Paki-clarify lang, kanina sabi mo parang yung the story of Lancelot is your story, tama ba yun?
No, ang sabi ko po yung parang lahat ng characters, lahat doon ako yun. The memories that they share with each other, also my personal memories. So,
Including the one with the priest?
yep, that's opo. So those are things that I was able to process, discuss. It feels like a soliloquy, a monologue. There are two characters talking, but when I watch it, it's all me. It's all me. But every time I watch it, also, it's not as difficult to watch anymore. Parang this film has really set me free, as I mentioned, in more ways than one. And that's what I'm really truly grateful for.
Are you saying that it was therapeutic for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Alright, thank you po.
First part ng movie, sabi 20 years old si Lance, 40 years old. Tapos later, parang 22 years old naman nabanggit ng age niya. At ano ba yun? Ayun, mali ba akong pag-ibig?
No, yung pagbanggit kasi ng the movie has 4 parts. I don't want to talk about it. I don't really want to reveal but it has 4 parts, and each character goes through something. Merong generalization, merong very particular, meron din shift ng power play dun sa film. So, very precise yung paggamit ng numbers, yung 17-year relationship, yung 20, 25 years old, 40, 45.
And I think parang, if I may direct, I think nakuha niya yung unang number doon sa line ko. Kasi sabi ko, a 40-something in a 20-something. Pero it's, siguro nakalimutan ni Eric yung 2 kaya 20-something lang sinabi niya.
Kay Elijah, ako naman, ever since, bilib na bilib kay Elijah, even dun sa Edward, LSS, bago pa nagkalil, talagang pari-pari. Parang, at dun sa nakang interview natin, sabi mo, ito talaga yung pinakamahirap na ginawa mo sa mga nagawa mong pelikula, considering na napaka-challenging yung mga nagawang movies. Parang isa talaga dun sa parang yung tinamaan ako, yung part ng kinukwento mo yung at 10 yung character yun, at 10 years old na abuse ng pastor. Gano'n kalalim yung hugot mo ron? May pinaghugutan ka ba sa tunay na buhay, yung pag-aabuso sa isang bata?
Definitely po. Nang nag-meeting po kami ni Direk June a couple times before we started shooting, yun nga, in-explain niya po sa akin yung itong sinasabi niya sa ating lahat ngayon. And I think from there on, like, madali na po mag-empathize as an actor na nalaman ko na personal to sa director ko na kung gaano siya ka-importante. Nandun yung pressure po na ma-justify yun, na mabigyan ng weight. And Direct June could have been like, parang very work lang po, director talaga. Hindi mo maisip yan, and he was just guiding me the whole time. So knowing that it's coming from a personal experience and knowing that there are a ton of other people who have gone through this, who are going through this, as an actor, madali na po yung mag-empathize.
Okay, kay ROMNICK na lang. Nakilala na namin, Pepin sa gulong ng bata, child actor. Ikaw rin ba may mga hugot ka rin na parang yung kabataan mo, parang nasakripisyo, hindi mo na-enjoy ang kabataan mo dahil nagtrabaho ka at an early age?
Kung pagdating sa trabaho, wala kasi. Oo nga. Hindi kasi, akala ko parte yun ng buhay. Yung ginagawa ko sa trabaho, akala ko lahat ng bata ginagawa yun. Ganon yung thinking ko. Magti-teenager na ako nung na-realize ko, natrabaho pala ako. Ay, artista pala ako. Wala, normal lang eh. Because everyone I was working with at that time were very open. They were very family-oriented. Sila Caridad Sanchez. Talagang parang pamilya yung trato sa amin sa set and everything. So, wala akong ganong pressure. Hindi ko naisip. I think, if I remember correctly, I was 18 years old and I bought my first toy set, yung Lego. Kasi sabi ko, gusto ko magkaroon ng Lego nung 18 ako. And as sad as that may sound for other people, sa akin hindi naman. Parang sabi ko, siguro yun yung tamang oras eh. Para ma-enjoy ko siya lalo. Hindi yung mawawala ko lang yung laruan ko or something. And I've learned to enjoy things that way. Kung may hugot man ako sa film, it's like Elijah said, it's so easy to empathize with what people are going through. And at the same time, lahat tayo may relasyon eh, di ba? Whether it's a past relationship, it's an existing relationship, or a relationship with family, we get hurt. Sometimes, hindi naman nila sinasadya. And sometimes, hindi natin sinasadya, nasasaktan natin sila. So it's easy to put, for me, it's easy to put myself in that situation where these are two people who just don't know how to talk to each other. And they end up hurting. Parang, oo nga, ganun nga tayo, no? Ganun. And the way Direct June wrote it, it's just so easy to follow emotionally.
Last question ko na lang for Direct. Direct, parang sabi ng iba, parang ito at saka yung APAG ang maglalaban sa awards. May sa mga seryoso talagang pelikula dun sa IdeaFirst. May pressure ba yun sa'yo o?
Walang, kapag nagawa ko na, ang pressure sa akin kapag ginagawa yung pelikula. Pressure sa akin, pag writer-director ka, pressure sa'yo is kung paano mo ihiwala yung pagiging director mo sa pagiging writer mo, how to make a story visual. Lahat yun eh, yun yung pressure ko. But the moment na magawa na, the moment it's presented to the public, I let go. It's not my film anymore, and I honor every interpretation and criticism or opinion about the film. So, pagdating sa awards, hindi ko na iniisip yun. Nagawa na namin yung pelikula eh. So, any appreciation, we welcome namin, we will be grateful for that.
Thank you.
Alright, thank you po. Salamat. Next question. Hello.
Marinal from Inquirer. Hello guys. Ito, magaling nyo mag-explain. So, yung tool nyo na rin. But for direct, medyo na-explain mo na maayos direct yung how you wrote it and yung text na ano talaga na this is really you. Pero walk us through dun sa ano po, sa pag-direct. Because nakikita namin yung mga iba-ibang angles, like pag tumingin yung character ni Elijah, pataas yung camera mo, and then pababa yung kay Sir Eric, pag ganun. Parang may mga symbolisms po ba? Or paano po yung process mo sa directing?
Because it's a two-character film, and it's inspired by Checker. It really draws a lot of inspiration from Checker. I didn't want it to be just Checker. I wanted it to be very visual. So I don't normally storyboard my film, but this project naka-storyboard talaga siya. Lahat ng shots from start to finish, kung kailan gagalaw yung camera. Because I wanted the lens to tell the story. I really wanted to present it as film. Mahabang discussion yun with my team, with my DOP Civil. But by the time that I met with them, gawa ko na talaga yung storyboard. Buong-buo na sa akin yung storyboard, and then I just had to consult with Neil what works, what doesn't work. Kasi importante sa akin yung power dynamics, importante sa akin yung shifting ng tones, importante sa akin yung setting ng mood, etc. I wanted the audience to feel, kasi pag i-close up siya eh. So nakakatakot yung suffocation ng maramdaman mo parang talking heads lang yung pelikula. And so yun, so that was really important for me. Kailan titigil yung kotse, kailan magliliwanag yung van dun sa likod, kailan babakot yung line na yun, all of that. That was choreographed. And the other reason why it had to be planned that way was because we only had 5 days to shoot it. So I had to make sure na efficient yung takbo ng shoot.
Direct pati yung paglunok ni Romnick or pag which most may mga ganun direct kasama yun.
Hindi, of course, what I really hate storyboards. So totoo lang, kasi it takes away for me yung experience ng yung discovery, yung magic of the moment. But I have 2 great actors, and they gave me so many magical moments during the shoot. Yung mga galing sa kanila, yung kailan yung pause, kailan natutuloy yung luha. Lahat na binigay nila sa akin, na-capture ko. So, it's really a collaboration. And kahit anong pang preparation ng gawin ko bilang director, kung hindi magaling ang mga artista ko, hindi tatayo yung pelikula. I'm just truly grateful that I was working with 2 brilliant actors.
Good job, Direk. Okay, dun sa dalawang brilliant actors. Ano ko lang kasi yun nga, sabi naman ni Alice nga, madalino yung film, ganyan, pati yung pagsusulat. Paano nyo i-entice yung mga supporters ninyo? I mean, yung particular group na niche ninyo to watch the movie. Okay, ano muna, Romnick muna.
Meron pa ba?
Mall show po kami.
Parang madalas ko itong binibiro sa iba eh, pagka yung may nagtatanong minsan yung, paano ka lumalabas? Sabi ko, hindi naman nila ako kilala, yung mga nanay nila may kilala sa akin. So okay lang, ganun.
May crush?
Hindi, I think I would really want for them to focus on the material. Because the material is really good. I feel very blessed to have been asked to do this again, President. It's the first time we see the entire film also. I think even our team was like trying to ask Derek if I could view a copy or something, pero walang kopya. You see it with us, and I just saw it, and I think for me, it's going up there on my wall. It's one of those films I really want people to see if they want to get to know how I work. I would be grateful if meron pa mga taong talagang sobrang nakatutok. There was a time when I wasn't even considering doing this again, when I was more busy with other things. So just to be able to do this with them at this time is a great thing. If people will go and see it, that would be such a gift. And we'd welcome that gift.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Like, sobrang in demand.
Oh, wow. No. Like, what Direct June po siguro said kanina na he doesn't look down on the Filipino audience. Siguro, ganoon din po yung tingin ko sa siguro lahat ng sumusuporta, lahat ng nagmamahal sa akin. And I feel like ever since I started, I've always let everybody know how passionate I am, how passionate I am to make quality films, to tell stories that mean so much to me. And even nung lumaki po yung fans club nung Game Boys days, even all of them knew that I was politically active, I was socially aware, I love films, I love making relevant films. So, yeah, feeling ko ma-appreciate nila to. We all saw the film, so sana they don't look down on it as well. And I'm sure that they will appreciate this.
Direk, additional question lang, we were discussing this kanina na kung ikaw yung tatanungin, at sino yung lead mo, sino yung second lead mo?
Pareho sila eh. Wala talaga eh. Pareho sila eh. Nakita niyo naman how in terms of range, how they both present their range as actors from playing this character and then going into flashbacks. Now we have to play the memory of that character. Kasi ako nung pinapanood ko siya, wala akong pareho sila kasi hindi ko na alam kung
Okay. Speechless. Thank you po. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Pero yun, syempre, sana it's a tie yung mangyari sa awards na yun. But yeah, congratulations sa ating dalawang best actors agad. Alright. Okay, next question po. Ayan, dito na kita. Ayan, kaya na.
Kay ROMNICK naman ito. You've been in the business for 36 years, diba? Uso ngayon kasi mga usapan regrets. At hindi mo ba ever na naramdaman na you were deprived of your happiness and joy nung nagtatrabaho ka during your kabataan?
Objective kasi yan eh. Objective and subjective kasi yan eh. Depende sa'yo yan eh. If you wanna think about it, let's face it, this business can be very brutal. It takes away a lot of your time. It takes away your studies if you allow it to. It would take away your relationships if you allow it to. It would take away a lot of your happiness if you allow it to. And at the same time, if you know the reason why you're doing it, and if that reason is enough to make you happy, then you will remain happy. I can't speak about other people's experience. Kasi iba yan eh. Personal experience yun. Iba yun. Personal process yun. Personal acceptance, thinking, tolerance, whatever you wanna call it. Ako, there can be some things that I can be soured about with this business. Pero when I look at it from a different perspective, I just have to find a reason to be grateful. I just have to find a reason to be grateful. Whatever it is. So, I am grateful for everything that I have gone through. Some of them may not have been nice, or some of them may have been painful, but I'm grateful about the lesson afterwards and what I learned because of that. So, okay.
And fast forward, sa tagal mo, tapos ngayon nagbibigyan ka pa rin ng lead role na ganito kagandang material. So anong feeling na, diba, napakadami ng mga nagsulputan, pero si Rocky, eto pa rin, diba? Lead role.
Number one, mabait ang Diyos, sobra. Number two, I've been blessed enough to be able to work with people and hopefully was able to connect in such a way that we actually have a friendship or a relationship. I don't get picked out because I have a PR team or whatever, I still think I get picked out kasi we've had a good relationship during previous work. That they remember na, oy, madali ka trabaho sa Romnick. You know, and you would try to deliver at the very least. So, yun, I'm grateful for that more than anything.
Was there a time, Ronnie, na gusto mo lang mag-goodbye talaga sa pag-arte or sa showbiz?
Madami. The first, I think, was I was a teenager. There was a bad write-up about my mom, and it was very personal, and it wasn't true, and it affected me. And then, siguro, mga mid-20s at one point, I wanted to stop. And then, nung magpamilya ako, I stopped. Actually, for several years, I would accept guestings every now and then, but I was more interested in taking care of my children. And then, the later part of 2000 teens, gusto ko mag-focus sa business. But yun, I had friends who called out and said, gawin natin to together. And I couldn't say no to some of them, so I kept coming back.
Ito last na lang talaga to ah. Hindi ka naman nagkaroon ng regrets na nagkaroon ka ng love team dati.
I think
I
think love teams have their place. I mean, if you're in that age bracket, I think may pwesto siya. Kung 30 na ako, tapos sinabi sa akin, kailangan mo mag-love team, sabihin ko, ano? Isip ko mo, 30 na ako, love team pa. Yung ganun. Pero, I was in that age, and it was in my path at that time. Well, I have no regrets, you know, it's all part of it. I had to learn something from it also.
Thank you very much. I love you, Ronnie. Hindi kasi very honest, di ba? Yan ang mga kailangan nating sagot mo pang title. Direct, paano nakast si Romnick? Although, nasabi na rin niya, pero from your end.
I've worked with Romnick before. When I was starting out in the industry, I had this one project that was shot in Singapore. It was a co-production with a Singapore production house. And then, I remember Romnick. Kasi parang light lang yung material na yun eh. Pero I remember you know when you get to work with an actor and you see the humanity in their performance, you see the sincerity and just how authentic that performance is kahit na light lang, etc. Pero nag-stand out kasi nararamdaman mo yung performance. So that's, nasa-sense ko agad yun sa artista. Isang line lang yung iba to, nararamdaman ko agad yun. And that stayed with me. And I've always wanted to work with Romnick. Hindi lang dumadating yung project eh. And then yung dumating to, isa talaga siya sa inisip ko. I reached out to people. I wanted to know because I didn't know if he still wanted to work. And so nung nagpumayag siya na nag-reading kami, I was really honored. And one of the reasons, it was a reading eh, because I just wanted to hear him again. I wanted to see him again. Wala. I was just blown away.
Last, Elijah, doing scenes with Romnick, the veteran, hindi ba kumagulong yung dibdib mo? Although alam mo naman kung gaano kakagaling, pero syempre, ibang dynamics.
Po, of course. I mean, anytime naman po that I get to work with someone as great of an actor like Kuya Romnick. But, yeah, it couldn't have been any kinder eh. Umpisa pa lang po, open na po agad siya sa akin, nag-uusap na po kami. Marami kami mga mutuals, so may mga usapan about that. And in terms of acting po, yan, sobrang matulungin lang din po ni Kuya Romnick. He does theater din po kasi, so may same language kami lahat, kaming tatlo po actually. So, laking tulong po yun na nakababa lahat ng walls.
Thank you. From Leo to Leia.
Direct, hi, good evening. Yeah. Did you lose, because you said earlier that you finished this film in just 5 days? Yung total number of days of shooting nito sa BGC, sa The Voice. So in that, did it become easy to you because Because you have very good actors. First choice ko ba sila to play their respective roles?
Opo, definitely it helped a lot that, you know, I was working with actors who were very authentic and who had the discipline needed to, you know, for us to finish it in 5 days. Malaking, napakalaking tulong po yun. They were my first choice, but as it's always my process to ask my actors to read the script because of what I stand for, being a member of the community, and you know, this is a film with LGBTQ plus characters, and you know, I wanted to be sure that they've read the script, and when I read with them, there's an understanding that you know what I stand for. I hope that you know we stand for the same things, the same values. Kasi napaka-importante po yun para sa akin. So yun, during the reading, I could feel yung kinship. I could feel that I was working with like-minded people who just really wanted to tell a story, a story. So lahat po kami dito storytellers.
So from the briefing with both of them, naging madali ba for you, Direk, to explain to both of them what type of roles, what kind of roles will they play, at naintindihan na talaga na agad nila and they were into it talaga. Hindi ka pa nagalit, never once during the shoot? Did you lose your cool?
As a director po kasi, I don't want to overtalk, over-explain, especially if I feel that the script already has the information that they need. So meron kaming mga conversation about some of my intentions and all. But I also wanted to give, I also want to give my actors enough space. I want them to feel, you know, that they can collaborate with me, they can add things, I want them to feel that they're in a safe space. At the same time, it's a space where they can play, where they're allowed to do their interpretation. Pumapasok na lang po ako kapag feeling ko parang hindi yun yung intention ko, baka hindi yan yung ano. Minsan, hihingi ako ng isa pang take kung ano yung parang pwedeng possibilities so that during the edit, I will have options. So, ganun po, parang it's a very collaborative atmosphere dun sa shoot.
What is the most difficult scene that you shot in the entire film?
For me, it's the flashback. When they're portraying, telling the story from the perspective of this character, yung memories na yun, that for me was the most difficult. Yung parang kung paano pa siya titimplahin, kasi ang inspiration talaga niya, Cheddar. Yung device na ginamit ko po, Cheddar yun eh. But I really wanted to honor the Cheddar as well. Because if we can use dance, if we can use painting, if we can use visual art as inspiration to make films, why not Cheddar? Cheddar is drama. Pero that was also very difficult. It was, in terms of edit, parang we had several options how to do it. But at the end of the day, I decided, let's keep it simple.
Ako din po definitely yung flashback kasi we had to kailangan magkasundo po kami lahat kung anong para na i-physicalize eh. And then director was at the end of it was sabagay may dalawa naman silang different interpretations, si Lancelot at si Eric on who Marcos is. So pwedeng hindi sila perfectly magkapareho yung performance namin as Marcos. Definitely, almost all of it was very difficult. Ako po, may tendency kasi ako na super aralin yung script, na i-memorize lahat, down to my units, my choices, everything. Even Kalel days pa, alam ni Director yun. So he would, keep me in check kung masyado ba nagiging mechanical yung performance ko, masyadong memorize yung flow. Had to be natural since real time yung and it's very conversational. So yun po yung mga binabantayan ko ng shoot. Thank you po.
Ako po, isa sa mga iniisip ko palagi is, if this film is going to last 2 hours, how do we keep the conversation interesting? Yeah, so, yun, how do you make sure that the tone is engaging, that the conversation is still thought-provoking, yung tono, yung pacing ng pagsasalita, yung kilos mo sa maliit na space na yan ng close-up, isipin mo din, di ba? Kaya sinisilip namin minsan kung ano yung gusto nilang mangyari ng eksena, and then you try to find out from the director how does he want to tell this part of the story. And yun, binabantayan namin si Marcus, yung character ni Marcus, how are we going to make it clear for the audience na this is the same person. And then yun nga, also that idea na iba tayo ng perception about each other. Like even if we're together here, we might not have the same perception about Elijah, diba? So baka pwedeng doon, besides some of the small nuances na pwede namin gawin pareho, tsaka yung pakitungo ng tao sa'yo, di ba? Hindi pareho yung pakitungo kay Eric tsaka kay Lancelot ni Marcus. So we had to find a way kung paano magiging interesting yung timpla ng Lana.
And we had a lot of fun doing it. And just wanted to add that. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you. And now we're down to our last question. From Alan. Kasi maglulupang hinirang po ulit. Kapag hinabaan natin, tatayo ulit tayo. So from Alan Jones, our last question. For any questions naman, pwede niyo pong i-message yung Facebook ng IdeaFirst. Pwede niyo rin po silang i-message kung may mga personal questions pa kayo. But yes, for our last question. Thank you.
Thank you. Naalala ko lang nung right after you shoot yung movie, direct June, di ba? Nakausap ka namin. Tapos grabe yung papuri mo kay ROMNICK nung when we talked to you. Sabi mo sobrang galing yan talagang actor. Talagang you were blown away nga nung performance na dito. At yun nga, nung mapanood namin to, talaga namang ang galing naman talaga ng ROMNICK SARMENTA no? Parang ang sarap mapanood ulit yung parang medyo nakalimutan na natin sa tagal din ng panahon, medyo hindi na natin siya napapanood sa mga ganito kamiti na roles, di ba? Tapos eto sa isang ganun, babad na babad sa ano, di ba, sa screen, halos hindi sila tumayo at all ni Elijah the whole time. So ang galing. So namangharin kami talaga sa galing ni ROMNICK. So how do you feel now, ROMNICK, na parang ayun nga, nabigyan ka ulit ng ganitong pagkakataon, tapos na-miss mo ba yung ganitong klase ng role na nagpapakita mo talaga yung range mo, lalo na nagbago na yung sa bandang dulo, nag-iba na yung mga, di ba, yung nuances at yung nag-iba na yung characters ninyo. Ang galing. So, how do you feel?
Sa akin kasi, gift siya palagi pag pinagkatiwalaan ka with any piece. Whether it's a cameo, a support, or a big jump. Kasi you get to tell the story of another person. And a lot of times, it includes you. I think it's both impersonal and personal when you work as an actor. Impersonal kasi maaaring hindi yun yung kwento mo. Pero personal kasi emosyon mo yung gamit mo dun sa pagkikwento. And like Direct June said, there are times we are healed by the things that we do. And I'd like to think that a lot of those scenes, a lot of those words were also able to make me reflect on some things and heal from them. So it's a gift to be asked to do it, to work with all of them, to be part of the film. And whatever talent is being said that I have, that's a gift from God. So I'm just grateful. Thank you.
Congrats. Tapos, how do you feel naman working with Elijah? Anong masasabi mo sa kanya? Bilang kayong dalawa lang talaga yung nagpatuhan dito at nagtagisan ng acting.
Nakakalimutan kong nasa set ako because he's very honest also. And he's very easy to work with. It's such a light conversation. We laugh. in between takes, minsan papaalala pa ni Direk na, uy, seryoso yung pelikula, tawanan tayo ng tawanan. Kasi ang kulit lang namin. And then, once we start working, nakakalimutan nung nasa eksena. Kasi very honest, very open, and ang sarap katrabaho.
Congrats ulit. Kay Direk June, Direk, I know this is very personal to you. Tapos, I remember meron kang post parang late last year about it. Na parang first time mo lang ever ginawa in your life, no? Na ganun ka personal yung ni-reveal mo dun sa post mo. Tapos sabi mo this is parang part confessional, part fiction. Ilang percent ba yung fiction? Ilan percent yung personal mo talagang ni-reveal dito?
Kasi I can also say that the film is about me, but also not about me.
All at once.
Parang, pag nung naging trailer na siya, I mean, may pinuntahan ng ibang realidad yung storytelling eh. But yung memories again, mga particular memories ng mga characters galing, as I mentioned earlier, galing din sa akin. So, parang pag pinanood ko siya, parang hindi na sa akin importante ngayon yung pinanggalingan. And I think, ganun din naman sa audience, hindi na magiging importante kung ano yung pinanggalingan. I mean, film is film. Kahit sabi nga ng character, kahit basura pa ang pinanggalingan niya, kapag naging pelikula na siya at nag-work siya, meron siyang value. So yun lang yung hinahabol ko the entire time. Yung lagi ko tinatanong, this movie is so personal to me, and may value nito sa mga manonood. And it's really a gift that it was validated when an award, when it was recognized as a film, as a story, and they were moved, they enjoyed the story. So para sa akin, enough na yun.
Yung sinabi mo na 3 days mo siya sinulat na walang break, was it during the pandemic pa?
Yeah, during the pandemic.
Oo, so doon mo lang lahat parang binuo yung lahat at binuhos lahat yung mga, sabi mo mga childhood trauma and everything. And curious lang ako, kailan nangyari, at one point in your life, sinabi mo na yun sa post mo na you were severely depressed and you were on the brink of
during the time that I
suicide.
was writing it. During the time that I was writing it. But I don't know how to explain. I mean, kung writer ka, di mo rin naman masabi kung saan nagagaling. Your talent is really a gift from God. That's all I can say. And when I was writing, I didn't know kung saan direction pupunta yung kwento. Hindi ko alam kung ano yung structure niya. Nung nabuo na lang siya, doon ko na lang na, may nabuo ako. But I honestly don't. As a writer, as the writer and director, I'm always trying to be self-aware of the gift that I've been given. Kung paano pa siya pwede ma-maximize, how I deal with yung mga writer's block and all that yun. I'm really trying to be self-aware. But at the end of the day, hindi ko talaga alam kung saan ang gagaling, kung paano pa siya naisusulat. Sinusulat ko lang siya and may nabubuo.
Tapos last na, kasi hindi naman siguro, never mo naman siguro experience kung sinabihan ka ng you're not a writer, you have no talent as a writer. No? Never ever siguro yung in your life.
Na-experience kong sinabihan akong you're not a director when I was starting. Na-experience kong sinabihan ako noon, I should stop directing, you're not a director.
Nasaan na yung nagsabi nun, direct?
Wala na siya.
Ano siya? Ano yung nagsabi nun? Director din?
Then, critic.
Okay.
Sinabihan ako, and that was, I remember vividly, that was 2012. And then that was also the year that I was given the break to direct Wakaw. And that started it. And then yung next review niya, sobrang tuwang-tuwa naman sa akin.
Okay, so the movie is before Wakaw, yun yung nilahit niya. And then after Wakaw, all praises na siya.
All praises naman siya.
Wow!
Ganun talaga ang buhay.
Oo, ganun talaga. Okay, kay Elijah. Kasi, actually sa simula ng movie, direct, parang akala ko talaga si Romnick yung may magka-predatory na parang may bata siyang di ba? May parang kasi obviously, siya, gay siya, di ba? Sa first scene. Tapos meron siyang batang estudyante na parang feeling ko, baka binupun. Oo, na-judge ko agad siya na baka minumulesa na yung ano. It turned out, yung si Elijah, parang napakabait na inosente anghel ang dating. Later on, siya yung parang nag-unravel yung totoong pagkatao. Napakaganda nung development ng ang galing nun, Elijah. Fabulous yung di ba yung, ano tawag doon? Transition, yun. Ang galing. Alam mo, tapos yung iniba na yung camera angle ni Direk, di ba? Tapos iba na yung music, yung kulay ng pati texture nung scene. Ang galing. Hanip naman talaga yung hindi, yun naman.
So nag-praise ka lang ba? Nag-praise ka.
Nasabihan ka na rin ba na hindi ka actor? Elijah siya. How do you feel doon na parang ganun nga yung character na ang galing nung pagkaka-develop nung niya. Na una, para mo napakabait. Yung pala, ganun, may mga pa-alter.
Honestly, before the screening, kinakabahan po ako kasi it's been 2 years since we shot this. Haven't seen anything aside from that clip na pinost ni Direk Jun sa Twitter and yung poster na ang ganda. Pero wala pa po ako napapanood at all. And yun nga, I remember going into this even, Direk Jun was like, either baliw tong ginagawa natin, either it's gonna work really well or it's not gonna work at all. So, hindi ko alam, pero nag-best film sa Tallinn, sa Estoya, so parang okay siya. Tapos, nakakabahan lang po sa performance ko. I mean, obviously maganda yung material and the team is top-notch. But yung performance ko na ang dami kasing layers, kaya sobrang
Exactly,
dami
oo
layers.
nga. Unti-unti nag-unfold. No?
Yeah,
Galing.
pero aware siya dapat sa umpisa pa lang. He knows what he's doing, he has a plan. And may intention talaga siya, may purpose talaga siya. So sana naging klaro dun sa napanood natin, hoping na the audiences will find it clear and make sense of it.
Actually, worried kami direct na, di ba dalawang lang sila magkausap the whole time. Tapos nakaupo, hindi sila gumagana, doon lang sila talaga. Pero we were so wrong, no? Dahil yun nga, may mga layers, tapos unti-unting naging gripping yung hanggang sa naging thriller na siya. So, congratulations.
Alright, thank you, Alan. And thank you po sa lahat ng mga nag-stay. And maraming salamat sa mga nagpunta. Katulad nga ng sabi niyo, first time nyo lang din napanood to. So, napakaswerte natin dahil sabay-sabay natin siyang napanood for the very first time. So, congratulations. But before we let you go, any parting words po or invite po para sa atin na supportahan yung pelikula natin. So, I'll start with you, Romney.
I-echo ko yung sinabi ni Noel. Kayo na po bahala. Katulad nung nakita nyo sa amin kanina, paano namin i-move yung mga followers namin na supportahan yung pelikula. I think you're the best help that we have at this point. If you talk about it, if you share with them how good the experience was or how much you enjoyed it, it would help us a lot. You can expect us to promote it, of course. Pero syempre, sasabihin nila, at ng mga detractors namin, syempre gawa niyan, ipopromote niyan. Pero kayo, malaki yung factor na magagawa niyo. So tulungan niyo kami i-promote siya, ipakalat na it's worth watching. We believe that it is worth watching. Not only because it's a good film, but because there are so many things that you can get from it if you really look into it. At maraming salamat po.
Alright, and you, Elijah?
Yeah, April 8 po, no? Yeah, MFL Summer. I start na April 8. Excited ako mag-float. Ilan lang tayo sa float, tayo lang yun lang din. Pero excited po. Excited ako ma-experience yun. And salamat po sa inyong lahat for coming and watching, and we hope na nagustuhan niyo po yun. I think this has been very cathartic, emotional and therapeutic experience watching this film for a lot of us. So, yeah, salamat po sa panonood ngayon at sana tulungan niyo po kami promote to this coming MFF summer. Thank you po.
Okay, next June.
Kaya po yung sinabi nila, kung nagustuhan niyo po yung pelikula, please help us spread the word kasi kailangan po talaga ng kung hindi niyo siya masyadong nagustuhan, huwag lang po kayo please be kind. Pero yun, maraming salamat po sa pagpunta niyo dito at sana tulungan na kami i-promote yung pelikula. Thank you.
Yay! Once again, maraming salamat.